Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer bringing you a game of domination on firing range with a pre-patch FAMAS. Now I know a lot of you guys love to hate on this, but the FAMAS class is the one with the flak jacket. Quit your hating, and it's patched anyway, so you're wasting your breath, and no one likes a hater, so knock it off. We don't want to hear you. But back on topic. Oh, check out this nade here. See these guys? Can't get them. Can get them. Triple nade, baby. Triple nade. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, position secure. Today, I took my daughter to the dentist. Now, guys who follow me on Facebook probably already know that my daughter, Hope, she's 12 years old, and she has braces, right? She got braces about a month ago. And it's something to do with a baby tooth. She had to get extracted. I guess there's not room for a baby tooth to come in. Who the heck knows? But so she was at the dentist today getting a baby tooth pulled, or as they called it, the pediatric dentist. They were getting a baby tooth wiggled, and yeah. Well, check this out, by the way. If you stun when you know a guy's there, that's a nice way to win this gunfight. So anyway, they're getting the baby tooth pulled, and they have me sit right there in the room as she gets it pulled. Now, I thought this would be no big deal. I thought, yeah, whatever. I've been with her as she's had stitches and this and that, and who really cares? I thought there was a guy hiding behind that car. But it turned out that it was kind of a big deal. So the first thing they did is they drugged her. They gave her nitrous oxide, and with that, it's like you just sort of breathe it in through your nose. I don't know if you guys have this all around the world, but yeah. So she's breathing in through her nose nitrous gas. And then they start, pulling the tooth. And it was a pretty hard thing to experience as a father. The first problem was, she's a druggie, right? Because so she's sucking in this gas through her nose, and whatever. I guess that's just part of the dentist experience. I don't know, but it's how much she liked it, right? She's sitting there with this big smile on her face. Horrible death. She's just totally digging the whole druggy experience, and I'm like, Hope, are you all right? And she's like, oh, yeah, I am just fine. And it's like, dude, you're 12 years old. Knock it off with the, man, I love my drugs type vibe that you got going on there. But that's absolutely what she was rocking. And then once she got good and sedated and into her own little, world of nitrous oxide-induced pleasure, they started cranking on her tooth, right? And tooth extraction isn't really a modern sophisticated thing. They grabbed this sort of extra large pair of pliers. The woman put her foot on her dentist chair as she's reclined, and in one sort of swift, clean motion, they pulled her tooth out of her skull. And wow, as a dad, there's like I said before, one thing that's going on is she's enjoying her drugs way, way too much for my comfort level. And the other thing that she had going on was, this woman prying a tooth out of her skull, and ouch. So it was kind of a lot for me to tolerate. But my daughter, on the other hand, she had no problem with this whole scenario. She was happy as can be. You pulled the thing off her nose. She went right back to normal. And, she asked me for some Tylenol because apparently the soreness was already setting in. And she was worried about having a gauze in her mouth when she went to school. But that's pretty typical. I think every, 12-year-old teenager, etc. Then wasn't I out of the way? I don't know. I think every 12-year-old teenager is kind of self-conscious of what they look like, and who wants to have gauze in their mouth on their way to school? That would be a giant mess. So we got that taken care of before class, and before she went into the building, and got her some Motrin, and she made it through the day just fine. So she wasn't nearly as fazed by this as I am. But I wonder how it's going to work out. I wonder how it's going to. I'm still an edge on this thing. She liked the drugs. She liked the drugs way too much, and I don't know. Is this a harbinger of things to come? What's she gonna do with other drugs? Possibly recreational drugs in her future that cross her path. I hope that she says no, but she sure did like it in the dentist's office. The other thing I wanted to talk about, kind of an announcement of things to come. It turns out there is going to be another commentator showdown. It's official. They even have like a whole event planned around it. Game Dunzo's putting it on again, so we're going to have their dedicated servers, keep things as fair as possible. Very cool stuff. But there's another thing going on too. And it's this. So people have been telling me that the commentators aren't actually the best players on Earth. And, to this I replied, well, duh, like I knew that. And they also said, they'd love to have small channels in there. But, to a company that's like putting on the event, then a channel's promotional power is really important. So I found this balance to strike. And it's this. We could hold a tournament on the Game Dunzo servers, and then the winner will join the commentator showdown. He doesn't even need a YouTube channel. I don't care. But if there's a guy who is a total stud out there at free for all and thinks he has a chance to win this tournament, then we're gonna hold it over on the Game Dunzo server. So you'll play on these dedicated servers. It'll be awesome. And yeah, the winner of that thing is going to go into the commentator showdown and play against the commentator studs that had it last time. I'd love to play again and show some lessons learned I had in free for all from the previous time. But if it means giving up my spot to get a more worthy competitor in there, then I'm fine with that too. So this whatever 5KD, it wasn't about the game, but that's the two things I wanted to talk about today. My daughter had her tooth pulled and it freaked me out. And coming up soon, I'll give you details on how to join the tournament to get into the commentary showdown, and that should be kind of cool. And the last thing is there's two other videos to talk about. I started a new series in this top link here, Talk with a Professional Game Developer. It's called Career Day. And in it, I intend to talk to cops, EMTs, FBI agents, engineers, computer programmers, etc. And the first guy I talked to is a guy named DJ Arcus. He's worked on Burnout 3. He's worked on the Hero series, like Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, etc. He wrote Fortress Craft, which is what you're looking at on the screen. So he's done everything from these major AAA titles to these minor, indie games like that. So, and he's been in the industry for 15 years. So if you want to know what game development is like, what the career is about, then he's a great guy to talk to about it. He's just about perfect, really. And then going in the future, I intend to talk to, like I said, all sorts of other professions as well. The bottom one are TDM tips on Hazard, the new Annihilation map pack gameplay. So check out those videos and have a nice day.